All right, we are live on YouTube, and tonight I'm going to be discussing I had a nervous breakdown today, and social distancing had a huge part to do with it. I'm also going to be discussing people that play the system. So stick around for all of that and much, much more that's coming right. Whoa! Live from Northern California, welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli. And if this is your first time here, and most importantly, you are open to suggestions and change, please consider subscribing and then banging that bell. And after you bang that bell, when that pop-up box pops up, make sure you select all notifications, because that way you won't miss a single thing. A single thing, that is. You will not miss anything when it comes to getting a better grip on your life. And also make sure on your smartphone, your tablet, your iPhone, your Android, or anywhere that you may have the YouTube app installed on, you must also make sure that the YouTube app is set to receive those notifications at a device level. You do all of that, and you're set to go. Folks, I need to check one thing to make sure that my audio and video are in sync, because I did not do that before I started the show. I want to just make sure. So I'm going to just mute here for 1 second, and I'm going to check this out on my phone. Give me a second. Okay, it's all looking good. It's all looking good, and it's working just fine. Sometimes if I don't do a little tweak before I start the show, my video is a little out of sync with my audio, but it's looking good on your end, right? Everyone out there, let me know in the chat if the audio and video is coming through just fine here. All right, so tonight, I have a very special show I'm going to be doing. And I'll tell you, it threw off my normal schedule. Well, what happened today actually threw off my normal schedule, because what I've decided to do, or what I decided to do earlier on this week, is do at least one stream per day at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific, but that did not happen. Also, I'm trying to do a pre-recorded video as well, and a members-only video. Now, I did get my members-only video done, and that is the 5th members-only video I did this week. And what I'm going to be doing for the most part is on Mondays through Fridays, I'm going to be giving my members a brief inspirational, motivational video that's going to help them above and beyond what the public gets out here. Sometimes I may do one on the weekends, but for the most part, they're going to happen Monday through Fridays. I may skip a day or so every now and then, but you'll definitely get at least 3 to 5 members-only videos per week, more than likely, 5 per week, Mondays through Fridays. And speaking of memberships, I want to congratulate the newest member here of the Coach Eli clan. That is Stephanie Ellis, aka Super Steph. She is a friend of Mutt Nuts Reviews. I want to thank you for becoming the latest $4.99 member. I hope that you enjoy the content, and if there is anything special you'd like me to do for you, any special topic that you have that goes for you and other members as well, Mutt Nuts Reviews, let me know, and I will tackle those topics on the members only videos. My members-only videos are typically around 5 to 10 minutes each. I try to keep them short and sweet, because I know your time is very limited and very valuable. But there will be days where I'll do some longer ones where it makes sense to do so. Sometimes I'll do a 15 to 30-minute video if it makes sense to do so, or if one of my members asks me to basically do a video on their situation. As long as you're okay with it being available to all other members, I'd be happy to, do a specific video for any member that wants me to respond to them regarding something that they may be personally going through. Now, I'm also willing to do that publicly on my channel, but I will prioritize, paid members, obviously, over, the free stuff. But just so you folks know, I still do a lot of the stuff out here for free. It's just that the members will get priority. They get more of my attention, obviously. They're putting their money where their mouth's at, figure of speech. Don't get me wrong, ladies. I love all of you. But yeah, I do prioritize, the members, because when they buy a membership, it's not about the money that I'm concerned about. It's the fact that they're taking this channel serious and they're taking the message seriously. And I greatly appreciate that. I'm glad to be a part of your membership. You're amazing. Thank you so much, Stephanie. You're amazing as well. Muttnuts Reviews, do me a favor. If you can find a way to get Stephanie Ellis into the Hangout, the private moderator Hangout behind the scenes, that'd be great. Speaking of which, in addition to Stephanie Ellis becoming a member today, she is now the latest moderator on our channel here, or on the channel here. So let's all congratulate Stephanie Ellis and give her a big round of applause. Welcome to the Mod Crew, Stephanie Ellis. We're all glad to have you on board. And thank you once again for your membership. I promise you, I will do my very best to not let you or any of the other members down. And again, if you have any special requests, please let me know. You can email me at coacheli@coacheliasmelas.com, or have Muttnuts Reviews connect you with the Coach Eli Clan moderator private group hangout behind the scenes. Queen Helen Casey's in the house. Hey, Queen, how are you doing? Welcome to the show. Wow. Oh, man. I got to tell you, folks, it's really nice to have, some of my favorite people here. And I mean, I love everyone, but when some of the main people are here from my channel, my mod crew, Muttnuts Reviews, Queen Helen Casey, and now Stephanie Ellis, it really means a lot to me. So thank you very much, ladies, for being here tonight. Now, before I get into the topic, this show will be at least an hour tonight, possibly 2 hours, depending on how long it takes me to go through the topic. I'm going to be discussing a few things. I had a nervous breakdown, obviously, earlier today, and social distancing had a part in it. Now, I say part in it because, there are other things involved, or were other things involved that, made me have this nervous breakdown. And I'll share more about that in just a second here. But then in the second part of the show, I'm also going to be discussing people that play the system. And when I say people that play the system, I mean any type of system. Typically playing the system involves taking advantage of government benefits such as welfare, child support, spousal support, financial aid when you're, in college, student loans, etc. That's, what I mean by when I say playing the system. And I have a couple of great real-life examples I'm going to be talking about now. I'm not going to be mentioning anyone's names because I'm not here to feed into anything. I am not even looking for people to respond because some people may know who I'm talking about when I use these examples. But again, I'm not here to stir up the pot. I'm only here to share these examples because they're great examples of what not to be and what to avoid. So stick around for that. That's going to be happening during the second half of the show. So anyway, let's see here. I will send you the Hangout link on Instagram, Sissy, later. You're welcome, says Muttnuts Reviews. Okay, great. Yeah, and then maybe she can connect with me. Like Stephanie, if you want to connect with me on Google Hangouts, just send me a Hangouts chat request at this email I'll put in the chat, Coach Eli at coach.eliasmelas.com. And then I can accept that, and I can even add you in the chat there after the show ends as well. So Anyway, before I get to discussing this nervous breakdown and sharing with you folks where I'm currently at with that nervous breakdown, because it's still kind of hitting me, but not as much. And I'll get to that in just a second. But if you'd also like to become a member of the Coach Eli clan and receive members only access to special personal, inspirational and motivational videos that are going to primarily be released Mondays through Fridays. And then occasionally I'll also be doing some members only live streams. And in addition to that, down the road, I may be even offering some additional perks to certain members. Now, these are unwritten additional perks. And the reason why they're unwritten, because I want to be able to choose which members get these perks or not, and I want to do it legally. The reason why I'm doing it that way is because I do have some members, and I've had some members in the past that join my channel memberships just so they can, they're trolls and haters that became members of my channel just to be able to talk smack about my content or to try to find out the behind the scenes stuff that's going on. So I want to be able to have control over who I give certain access to, because I do not want certain access getting into the wrong hands. An example, the trolls and haters. So my membership packages, like I mentioned before, are written in a way to where I'm not obligated to do anything besides say thank you for your sponsorship. They are 100% sponsorship / donation. So even if I didn't do any members only videos, or members only streams, which I'm already doing videos and I will be doing streams. Even if I didn't do videos or streams, then there's nothing you can say to YouTube that, okay, Eli's ripping us off. He's not providing what he said he would provide. Well, yes, I am. I'm not, providing anything besides saying thank you for sponsoring the channel with no obligation further than that. But again, I am doing members only videos for the members, and I will be doing occasional live streams, and I'll also be giving additional special perks to certain members that I know are not here to harm my community, and I've only purchased a membership to harm my community. Again, that's why I had to write these membership packages this way. Now, all 5 of my membership packages will get you exactly the same thing. It's just up to you how much you want to sponsor the channel at. There are 5 packages. There's the $4.99 package, the $9.99 package, the $24.99 package, the $49.99 package, and the $99.99 per month superfan sponsor package. So it's up to you which one you want to choose. Some people have more disposable income to spend than others, and they want to, support a channel at a greater level. That's up to you. Either way, whether you spend $4.99 or $99.99, you'll get the exact same thing. You'll get the members-only videos and occasional live streams. And for certain members, all good members that I can verify are real people and not trolls, will even get unspoken additional perks that I will, share with you when we connect behind the scenes. How does that sound, right? Let's see. Stephanie Ellis, aka Super Steph, says, definitely will check it out when Muttnut sends it. Absolutely. And thank you again for being the latest member of this channel, Stephanie Ellis, aka Super Steph. You know what I need to start doing? I need to start getting like a special echo filter for my microphone. That way I can kind of sound like in one of those strip clubs. We've got the lovely Super Steph in the house tonight. Oh, boy. Stephanie, you didn't have to do that. Thank you so much for the 99-cent super sticker. Stephanie, you've done enough today. You've done enough today. Save some of your money to buy yourself some more ice cream so you can enjoy the shows in the future, all right? I appreciate you, Stephanie. Thank you so much for the 99-cent super sticker with the angel with the halo on top, right? You're going to make me open my donations banner. We're going to start off the channel donations tonight at 99 cents. Thank you again, Stephanie. I appreciate you. I can't even get to my show because of all the greatness you're doing. It's more than just the money. But I'll tell you, folks, I'll tell you the only thing money really does, I mean, it does help you pay your bills, and I understand that. I'm very humble about that. But what spending money on a creator really does is it really truly shows that you care about their message, because I would not part with any of my hard-earned money and support or sponsor anyone that I didn't believe in. So I appreciate you, Super Steph. Super Steph! All right. So let's get right to the topic here. I had a nervous breakdown, and social distancing had a huge part to do with it. So let me tell you folks how my day went today. And I've got to be honest, I'm really surprised that I got it together to even do this show here tonight. And most of you that have been watching my streams in the past probably can't really tell a difference with my energy. Well, my energy is actually down a little bit. So if you think this is still high energy, this is not my typical energy. Forgive me if you notice that. But some of you may not notice it. And Queen Helen Case says, my YouTube studio app won't let me do what I need to do, and I've been trying all day. I tried to put it for not made for kids, and it won't let me. Well, typically when that happens, Queen, maybe YouTube by default made your video for kids automatically. So you may not have an option to do it. It may already be done. Do you have a computer, Queen, that you can log into? Because you'd be able to do that much easier from your laptop or desktop, going into your studio from your laptop or desktop. Queen, if you're having issues with it later tonight and you can't figure it out, please message me in the private Hangout chat behind the scenes with the moderators, and I will help you figure it out. I'm sorry that you're going through that. My guess, if I had to guess, YouTube probably made your video for kids, made for kids automatically, so it's probably just not letting you change it at all. It probably has those options either grayed out or not available. So no computer. Okay, so you're using the YT Studio app on your iPhone or Android. Okay. Yeah, you should be able to go in there and change that setting. That is one of the settings you can do from the app. But I know, the app doesn't do everything, but it does do a lot. If you're not able to change it, it probably has to do with it, automatically being defaulted by YouTube. Maybe the algorithm picked up that it was a video for kids and automatically made it for kids. So that is that. And if not, Queen, send some feedback to YouTube. Use the send feedback feature within the app and send them an email and let them know you're having difficulty with it, and they should be able to fix that for you as soon as possible, typically within 24 hours. So my day started off quite well, to be honest with you. I got up, I got some great sleep, and I had a phone call in the morning. I got my day job stuff taken care of pretty quick. Most of you know that I'm an entrepreneur, and I'm an insurance broker by trade, during the daytime, Monday through Friday. And sometimes I have more work to do than other days. Typically, Mondays are my busiest days and Fridays are my slowest days. So today, being Friday, was a slow day. I got my insurance stuff done rather quickly. And then I had a phone call to make with somebody from YouTube. That went quite well. And after that, I said, okay, let me go and pump out my members only video for my wonderful members out there. I got that taken care of. And then, and this is what really kind of, it started off my day on a really nice note. Okay. Now I'm going to be vulnerable with you folks here tonight. And I really don't care what some people that don't like me say, because there are people out there that don't like me. And you know what? Those people, don't like themselves or don't love themselves, right? But I'm going to be vulnerable with you folks here because, look, if I can't be vulnerable with you and be honest with each and every one of you, even when times are not good for me or I go through things like I went through today with this nervous breakdown, if I can't express that to you and be transparent with you, then how could you ever trust me to help you if I can't be honest with you about my stuff, right? I got to own my stuff first. And that's what I'm doing here today. But most of you are aware, I've been single for almost 2 years since my last relationship. And lately I've been starting to put myself more so out there on the dating scene through some dating apps, Match.com, OkCupid, Plenty of Fish, some other dating apps. I put myself out there and I'm looking to find that one special person. I want to find a nice woman to spend time with and maybe fall in love with. And if it's possible to have kids, get married. And, that's what I want, right? That's what I want. And I'll tell you, it has not been easy in the modern world to find a woman. Let's go back to the days before this COVID-19 pandemic came into play, right? Even before this COVID-19 pandemic came into play, it was already very difficult to catch a woman's attention, right? Because A, we're no longer living in a world of traditionalism. B, women are in the workforce. They're working nowadays. So in addition to, everything that they used to deal with back in the days of traditionalism, they're now working. And that makes it a little more difficult or a lot more difficult for them to find the time to date, right? They're working long hours in many cases, and then by the time they get off of work, they're tired and they don't have the energy to date a man, right? So you're already dealing with those things nowadays. Also, what you're dealing with dating apps, dating sites such as Match.com, OkCupid, Plenty of Fish, like I mentioned. And now we've got these smartphones attached to our hips. We've had these for the past 10 plus years. And these things give us instant notifications wherever we're at, right? So if you get a message from Match.com or OkCupid or Plenty of Fish or wherever, right, it comes right to your phone. Boom. Now, okay, I got Mutt on Hangouts now. Okay, fantastic. Great. Excellent. I look forward to having you join the moderator only chat and behind the scenes, Stephanie. Thank you so much. Mutt reviews, like Taylor Swift says in her song, haters are going to hate, so let them hate because karma has no deadline, Mutt reviews. We'll get some in the end, and karma has no deadline. That's right. That's right, Mutt reviews. That's absolutely right. Absolutely right. So anyway, all right. So that's what we're dealing with nowadays. Women are getting like 10 to 20 times as many messages as men. Like women will get 50 messages a day, men will get like 5, right? Okay? So women are overwhelmed and there are way more men fighting for a woman's attention, right? So in a better state than COVID-19 / the pandemic, right? / social distancing, right? Pre-COVID-19 social distancing, it was already difficult enough to connect with a woman, right? But now it's gotten worse. And I'm going to share a story with you today that just really, really put me in a sour mood. Now, I'm not angry or bitter. And, I've gotten over it for the most part, and it's all good. I just don't like having my time wasted. But here's what happened. I was talking to this woman, chatting back and forth through Match.com during the course of this week. Now, in between my workday, I've got my day job, I do my YouTube stuff, and every few hours, I'll send a message back and forth, and I communicate. Now, this woman was working as well, so it's like we were talking back and forth. And last night we decided to take it to the phone. So I decided to, ask her for her number. She gave me her number. I called her up and we talked for a couple of hours, and it was a phenomenal conversation. It was a great conversation. She's a 39-year-old woman, lives about 30 minutes away. Great job, great personality. Just a happy, positive person. It was a wonderful conversation. And we ended the conversation, and I was just, I told her, I said, yeah, you know what? Maybe we can briefly meet up tomorrow. I can come out for a couple of hours. We can have an initial meeting and see if that spark is there in person. Let's talk tomorrow. She's like, okay, yeah, I'll text you and we'll talk more about it tomorrow. We can make it happen. So I get up in the morning and I just go on. Like when I'm talking to a woman, like I don't sit there and make that like the highlight of my life. Okay. Because I'm just getting to know her. Plus I also know women have a lot of options. And if she's really interested in me, she's going to text me. I'm not going to have to text her. Right. So I get up, and a few hours after I get up and I already started my work day, she texts me, good morning. How you doing? Hey, are you still interested in hanging out tonight? Yeah, great. That's the way it should be. She reached out to me. Okay. She said, are you still interested in hanging out tonight? Yeah, fantastic. Great. So then we started talking back and forth, and I said, I've got some things to do. I've got a pretty, busy day today. But we can text in between, here and there in between our work day, but I'll get back to you by later this afternoon to finalize the plans for the evening. She's like, that sounds great. So we're texting back and forth, right? Every so often when we both would get a break. She then asked me a question. She said, how are you dealing with this, this pandemic? How are you dealing with the social distancing? I said, well, I have not let it affect me one bit. I mean, I'm not sick. I'm doing whatever I can to prevent getting sick, but, I'm just living my life like I always have. She's like, well, you're not afraid of getting it or anything, this and that. I'm like, no, here's the thing. It's like right now we're at the point of where restaurants are starting to open back up and everything's starting to open back up. And it's been quarantined as much as possible. And I told her, I said, at the end of the day, I'll tell you about my mic in a second, Stephanie Ellis, because I'll help anyone get good quality sound like I have here. Give me 1 second here. Give me 1 second here. Oh, Just Ann, how you doing? Just Ann is a real channel, 42.4K subscribers, queen. Do not ban Just Ann. I'm going to actually subscribe to you right now, Just Ann, and bang the bell. Wow, that's interesting. You got recommended this video by YouTube? Really? I'm quite surprised. Welcome to the show. And Just Ann, I'm going to share your channel link in the chat. Even though YouTube took away the Go to Channel feature through the live chat, I have a plugin called the Go to Channel plugin. It's an extension on Google Chrome. And I'm going to share your channel link in the chat. Wow. There is Just Ann's channel right there, folks. Stephanie and the rest of the mods here, if you want to check it out. Wow. Awesome. Awesome. Welcome. I guess YouTube's finally starting to put my stuff out after all this time. I'm sure you dealt with that before you got to 40K subs, Just Ann, trying to trigger that algorithm, right? It's a grind, isn't it? And I'll answer your question regarding the microphone in just a few here. If I forget, Stephanie, remind me, okay? So this girl, this chick and I, we were talking about, the coronavirus, and she was asking me how am I dealing with the pandemic, right? And I'm like, what does this have to do with our conversation? Like, is she having second thoughts about meeting? And I said, I'm just living my life as normal. And plus the pandemic is as quarantined as it will be. Now, this disease is never going to go away. Once it comes out, it comes out. It's going to be here forever now. So whether we, socially distance ourselves for another 6 months or no longer socially distance ourselves, what's the difference? It's not going to go away. It's here for good now. So why? I was telling her, why let it get to you? And she goes, well, I'm still socially distancing. I said, really? And then I sent her a text back and I said, so if we meet, are you saying that you would want to socially distance yourself from me? And she got back to me and said, yes. And she said, yes, is that a problem? Is that a problem? I was thinking in my head, is that a problem? All right, so I'm going to go meet a woman that I'm trying to get to know to see if she's the right fit for a romantic relationship. And she's asking me if it's okay to still meet her and stay 6 feet apart. Oh! Wow. Now I'm laughing about it. I'm actually beginning to feel better now because now I'm sharing this with my audience here. So she's asking me if it's okay that if we stay 6 feet apart when we meet. I got back to her and I said, unfortunately, I'm sorry. It's not going to work for me. Why would I want to go on a date with someone that I have to stay 6 feet apart from, that I'm trying to get to know for a romantic relationship? I go, that's ridiculous. If this doesn't work for you, I apologize. I really wish you would have told me earlier how you felt about this. But that's okay. If this doesn't work for you, then I understand if this is where it ends, right? And she got back to me and said, wow, okay, I guess this is where it ends. And then, boom, that was it. It was over. Just like that. Mudnuts Reviews, oh my God, wow, that's messed up. Right. Like, here's the thing. I can understand if you want to continue practicing social distancing, right? But if you're going to continue to practice social distancing, why are you putting yourself on an online dating site and then telling me that you want to meet me, yet you want to stay 6 feet apart? Are you serious? What kind of a date is that? I want to go on a date with a woman that can, put my arm around her and be next to her. Like, what the hell? I mean... Now, I'm laughing at it now, and it's actually helping me completely, get rid of this nervous breakdown. Like, maybe I need to do this show and make my audience aware to just fully get it out of my system. But after that happened, like, I swear to God, I felt like a bomb hit me. Like I felt like a ton of bricks just hit my head. Or I swallowed a ton of bricks and they were weighing my stomach down. I had that really horrid feeling in my stomach, right? Yeah, Queen Helen K says this scamdemic is a bunch of BS, period. I agree with you on that, Queen. Yeah, and Stephanie Ellis says she could have told you ahead of time. I know. Like, I wasted half my day texting this woman, getting excited to meet her because she was cool, and she was excited to meet me. Yet she wants to meet and stay 6 feet apart. Ma'am, what's the purpose of that? What are we gonna? Hey, how you doing over there? Are you having a good time? Like I said, if it wasn't already hard enough to meet a good woman pre-COVID-19 social distancing days, it just got a hell of a lot more difficult. So I was feeling terrible. I was just feeling like she wasted my time, and it just honestly, it just killed my day. I didn't feel like doing anything, and it wasn't only just that. There are a few other things that have been on my mind lately that kind of gave me the nervous breakdown. It kind of enhanced it. But the main reason why I had this nervous breakdown is because of what this woman did and how she wasn't upfront with me and said that, she didn't tell me 6 hours before we started, right when we started our conversation, which was, 6 hours before it ended, that, are you still interested in meeting tonight? Yes. Just so you know, if we do meet, we're going to have to stay 6 feet apart. You see, she could have told me right after that first message, instead of now going back and forth with her 6 hours, right? Hey, Rhonda Grace. Rhonda Grace is real. How you doing, Rhonda? Welcome to the show. Do not ban Rhonda Grace. I'm still subbed to you, Rhonda. How you been? Rhonda, I got to say, you got one of the brightest faces. Like, you got so much love within you. Like, that's what I've always liked about you. How you been? Folks, if you want to subscribe to Rhonda Grace, this is her channel here. And Rhonda, you know what? I know we've known each other for a while. And I need to start building back some moderators here. So I'm going to add you to the moderator. I just verified that's your channel. And I'm going to add you to the moderator crew. And that way Queen Helen Casey can't accidentally ban you, Rhonda. It's great to hear that you're great. Yeah, this was This was something that it completely just ruined my day. And it's like, I don't let a lot get to me. I'm a strong person, but even though I'm a strong person, even the strongest people in the world, the strongest guys in the world, we're going to have our moments. This is perfectly normal, right? Perfectly normal. So, I was going to try to do a pre-recorded video, and I was going to try to do a live stream at my normal time, my regularly scheduled time, which is now 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. I just couldn't find the strength to do it. I basically went and I took a nap for a couple hours, because when you're in that situation, like let me explain to you how I was feeling. Look, this doesn't make me any less of a man to say this. I want true love and happiness. I want to find a good woman. And it's much harder to find that nowadays, especially with this pandemic, right? Okay? On top of everything else I mentioned earlier on in the show. But when you finally find someone that's great, you have a 2-hour phone conversation, then you're texting back and forth for 6 hours, and then she says, if we meet, we have to stay 6 feet apart. I mean, that's like, okay, I just basically gave you 8 hours of my time. Plus, we were messaging throughout the week before we traded numbers through Match.com. I spent my whole week trying to get to know you, and you could have told me early on that, hey, if we decide to meet anytime soon, I'm going to stay 6 feet apart from you. Because the moment you would have told me that, ma'am, is the moment I would have said, it's not going to work for me. I'm moving on. If you're afraid of COVID-19, it's always going to be around. If you can't just sit there and live your life as normal, then I don't want anything to do with it. Or you. Right? And Stephanie Ellis has been added to the Hangouts chat behind the scenes. Wonderful. And the notification did go out earlier. I'm looking at my phone right now. Awesome. I'm no longer doing the 15-minute entry, the starting soon entry music on my streams. So I can't verify that everything's working until after the show starts. So I pray that it works fine. It typically does, but I can't verify it till later. When I used to play the music, I was able to verify it while the music was playing. So anyway. And so that triggered me to do this topic. Now, that was the main thing that gave me this nervous breakdown. That was the main thing, okay? Now, I've been dealing with a few other things that I wouldn't say necessarily have been really getting to me, but have, kind of made me wonder a little bit. And now I'm going to talk about my channel real quick. I'm going to talk about my channel and what's been happening here and how that's affected me emotionally. And did that contribute a little bit to me having my nervous breakdown? And then after that, after I mention this, I'm going to take a quick break and then come back, and I'm going to talk about the other part of the topic, which is people that play the system. So many of you know I've been on YouTube for 3.5 years, between a former channel I used to run that I shut down a little over 1.5 years ago, and then 3 months after I shut that channel down, I came back and started this channel. And I've had a bunch of trolls and haters that infested my channel, and it was just a huge world of shit, pardon my French, to deal with, right? And initially, I fed into it because naturally I'm the kind of guy that loves to debate people. And I was getting a lot of traction, but I didn't realize at that time I was getting the wrong type of traction. It was a lot of traction, but it was the wrong type of traction. By the time I realized I needed to remove all these people and let them go and block them all and ignore them, it was too late, because, these people have been so emotionally invested in me that, they kept coming, and they're still coming at me to this day. I just have found a way to, truly ignore them. But about a month ago, I finally just said, I don't care what they do, what they say, how many videos they create on me. I don't care what they do. I'm going to ignore them, and I'm going to move on doing my message, right? Which is what I've been doing. What has that done to my channel? My numbers have tremendously dropped, right? And, now I'm getting about anywhere from 150 to 300 views per video or live stream, instead of 300 to 700 views, or sometimes even more. Well, like I've said in the recent past, I'm not unhappy about that, because all of those views were not from the right people. They were real views, but real views from the wrong people. They were people that were watching my streams that were just looking to see what I was going to say about people in the drama sphere, right? And all these people were blocked, but they were here, right? And a lot of them are probably here right now, because there are 39 people here right now, and there are like 5 or 6 people chatting, which is great. But they're here right now because, I basically put in my title, I have a nervous breakdown, and they're wondering what's going on. Is Eli having a nervous breakdown because his YouTube channel is declining and it's going through demise? No. But has it affected me a little bit? Have I thought about it? Did it contribute a little bit to my nervous breakdown? Yes, but not because of that itself alone. What happened to me earlier with that woman was the main thing that triggered me in this state of mind. And once you're in that state of mind, then you start looking at every little thing along with that, because then you're thinking to yourself, well, okay, I'm trying to make it work with a woman. I'm a good guy. I'm doing all the right things. It's still not working. I've removed all the drama from my channel. I blocked them all. I'm trying to rebuild with new people. And it's kind of working, but not working fast enough. And it kind of makes you wonder, like, okay, it's not where it's supposed to be. It's decline, right? So you kind of start looking when you get put in a position like I was with this woman earlier, that put me in this nervous breakdown position, because I really want true love. I want it. I really want it that much. There's nothing wrong with wanting it that much. And when that happened earlier, that one person, that one aspect of my life, it hit me so hard with the nervous breakdown that it affected every little other aspect, including what's happening on my channel. So, was part of my breakdown because of my channel's performance dipping? Yes. But not at the level that people would assume. A lot of people out there are probably assuming that, I'm upset or having a nervous breakdown because, I'm not getting the views like I used to get. Of course I'm not going to get the views I used to get. I don't get the drama views anymore. I don't want the drama sphere here. I don't want anything to do with the drama sphere. I'm rebuilding with a new target audience. And when you remove the main audience and you don't talk about the main audience that you used to talk about and feed into that, they're no longer going to watch you, right? Now, they're here right now because I'm talking about having a nervous breakdown or that I had a nervous breakdown. And they're thinking that it has to do with the fact that, I'm flipping out and, I'm mad that my channel doesn't have any chatters. I have chatters in here right now. I just got a new member again today. Slowly but surely, I'm working it. And it's gonna take time, but it's gonna grow. But that was a part of it. I'm not going to lie, that was a part of it, but it wasn't to the degree that some of you out there may have assumed. And that's, where I want to leave that at. And then there were a few other things that are not that big of a deal that I don't even need to mention. But again, when something like this happens to me, because I'm a good guy and I want to find true love and happiness, and look, I'm not a desperate guy. I don't chase a woman. You have to pursue a little bit in the beginning, but I didn't overly pursue. She texted me in the morning asking me if, I still wanted to see her tonight, right? Nothing wrong with me wanting that because I want that so much. I do want true love and happiness. Who doesn't want that, whether they admit it or not? The way this panned out, it affected me because this woman literally wasted over the last 24 hours, like 8 hours of my life, and the hours that we were messaging through the Match.com app, and the Match.com site for the previous 4 days before that. Rhonda Grace says, I totally understand your point. It's hard, but we always bounce back. Absolutely, Rhonda. You're absolutely right. And by the way, Stephanie Ellis, before I go to break, I'm going to discuss how my microphone sounds so good. I appreciate that. Stephanie Ellis says, if another big breakout virus broke out in the future, what advice would you give people so they won't stress? Stephanie, here's the thing. I'm not a doctor, and I can't tell you or anyone what to do, but I can share my opinion. I'd be happy to share my opinion with you. I wouldn't let it affect your life in any way, shape, or form. My personal opinion, Stephanie, is this: when my time comes, whenever that may be, it's going to come. I have no control over when my time is going to come. Now, I believe in God. I don't know if you believe in God or not. I still have a lot of love for you, whether you believe in God or not. Do you believe in God? I'm just curious to know, Stephanie Ellis. If you don't, no big deal. I know Mutt Nuts Reviews believes in God, and I did a stream on that yesterday. But if you do believe in God, Stephanie Ellis, only God knows when your time's going to come, right? And look, I'm not saying that I want to die tomorrow or I want anyone to die tomorrow, but you never know. One day you might step out of your house and some car may spin out and hit you and kill you. You never know what's going to happen, right? You got to live life every single day like it's the last day on, like it's your last day on earth. That's what I'm trying to say. You got to live your life every single day like it's your last day on earth, because you never know when it's going to end. So when it comes to this pandemic, right? I mean, look, even if we quarantine this thing, right? Even if we socially distance ourselves for a year, it's still going to be around. Like, what are we going to do? Socially distance ourselves for the rest of our lives? Well, maybe at least until, they get a vaccination for it. I guess that's what they're waiting for. Stephanie Ellis, aka Super Steph, 100% I do. So you believe in God. So only God knows, Stephanie. And for those of you out there that believe in God, again, if you don't believe in God, for anyone that doesn't believe in God, I still love you, okay? But for those that believe in God, only God knows when your time is going to come. So why would you sit there and let something like this affect you? Now, you do want to be as careful as possible, right? Wear your mask, socially distance yourself to a certain point. But don't give up on what you want in life. Like, if you want to find true love, or if you're married to somebody, you have a boyfriend, what are you going to do? Not see your boyfriend or be intimate with your boyfriend for for 6 months or however long they're asking us to socially distance ourselves, right? Like, that would drive me insane if I was dating a woman and she said, hey, babe, I can't see you for the next 6 months because we need to keep 6 feet of distance. I'd be like, have a nice life. Really? You're going to sit there and say that because of this pandemic and neither one of us are sick, we can't see each other and snuggle and make love and do all the things that couples do? We're going to put our life on hold over this, right? Because in essence, that's what our government's been asking us to do, right? And I think it's absolutely ridiculous. Ridiculous. So my opinion, like, I don't even know if I'd want to call it advice, because you have to decide for yourself what's best for you, Steph. But as far as my opinion goes, live your life every day like it's your last day on earth, because you never know when your time's going to come. Why would you want to sit there and put your life on hold when you can step out on the street, like I said, and get hit by a bus that spins out and kills you, right? That's just an example, right? Just Ann says, it scares me because I'm type 1 diabetic. Oh, I'm sorry to hear about that, Just Ann. I'm really sorry to hear about that. Just Ann, do you do any live streams on your channel? I'm going to check out your channel. I did subscribe to you and bang the bell, select all notifications. I'm going to check out your channel once my stream ends. But let me know if you do any live streams, or if you're doing anyone later tonight or tomorrow or over the weekend, because we would love to join you. And living in New Jersey where it is bad doesn't help my anxiety. Yeah. Well, Justin, let me ask you, if it's not too personal, you said you have anxiety. Do you take medication for your anxiety? Because I'll tell you, my mother and brother have very high levels of anxiety. And I love them to death, but sometimes it's very unbearable to be around them. I love them, but they don't take anxiety medication. I know my mother and brother, at times when they've had some very serious anxious episodes, they've gone to the doctor and they've gotten temporary medicine. But I honestly think that if people, have been clinically diagnosed with anxiety, they got to be on medication. You know what I mean? Sometimes, but I delete them because it brings my analytics down. No, I understand. Yeah, I totally get it. I'm even thinking about in the future of putting a lot of my live streams to unlisted, because it does affect your pre-recorded videos. But when you put videos to unlisted, then they're not monetized anymore, Justin. That's the thing. And a lot of people like to watch my live streams, but that's a good point. When you do a lot of live streams, it does affect, to a certain extent, your analytics with your pre-recorded videos. That's a very good point. I should do a show on that. Thank you for reminding me about that, Justin. Wow, I can't even keep up with the chat right now. But yeah, folks, I gotta let you know, like, when I first started this show, I was still feeling a little, bit, down about this. I was still kind of going through this nervous breakdown. I had worked through it about 75, 80%, but I got to tell you right now, I feel a lot better. I'm like 95% over it now. And I think, sometimes, folks, you just, when you're going through something like this and you talk it out with people that care about you, it's an easy way to work through it. And I figured doing a live stream and sharing this with you folks was not only going to help me work through it and feel better, but I wanted to share with you folks that just because I'm a life coach doesn't mean that I don't make mistakes, doesn't mean that, I'm perfect. Like, I understand that life coaches, psychologists, or people that do something similar as I do are held to a higher standard, but that doesn't mean we're perfect. We make mistakes. We're human, right? we're going to have our moments, right? It doesn't mean that we're a terrible life coach or we're broken, right? It just means we're going through something just like any normal individual would go through, right? You know what I'm saying? Now, when you do live streams and video, bots watch it and YouTube takes the bots away. Do you lose the bot views on that video stream? Yes, you do, Stephanie. If you get botted, like I've been botted many times. I've had people get me like 5,000 botted views, right? And right when it goes to the replay, it goes down to like 500, 400 views, right? Or whatever the actual views are. YouTube will, what happens is a lot of those bots come from the same IP address. And YouTube is only going to count one view per IP address. Your IP address is your internet protocol address from your internet connection, whether it's your phone on the cell network or your home Wi-Fi network. So yes, it's a good question there. It helps to talk about these with people you care about and trust. Absolutely, Mutt Nuts Reviews. Let's see. Just Ann says, I try to keep my views the same, but when I go live, I have over 600 people on at one time, so it's hard to keep up. That's great. And do you get a lot of super chats and super stickers? If you're making good money doing it, doing those live streams with 600 viewers, you got to keep doing that because a lot of people love the engagement. But yeah, maybe put your live streams to unlisted. I know a lot of the big YouTube self-help gurus, they put their live streams that they do to unlisted once they're done. And that way it doesn't affect their pre-recorded videos, from not getting the traction. Like there's a guy named Nick Nimmin, I'm sure you've heard of him. That's what he does. And when he puts his live streams to unlisted, what that does is it gives the people a chance that have subscribed to him, banged the bell, selected all notifications. It gives people a chance that weren't able to see the live stream to still go through the notifications later on and see that Nick was live and click on that, and they'll be able to still watch the replay even though it's now unlisted. So that may be something that works, and that's something I've got to figure out on myself. I am YouTube certified, and I understand how the YouTube system works, and I've known about that, and I'm glad you brought it up here tonight. I'm glad you're here and you brought it up. I just haven't made that transition yet because I love live streaming. And I also love doing pre-recorded videos, but I do many more live streams because I love engaging the audience. Plus, I've got a good setup here with lights, a green screen, and last year fiber internet came into my area, and for $80 a month, I have 1,000 up and 1,000 down, and so I just love it. No, they PayPal me. Oh yes, I know him. I have vidIQ. Oh, great, excellent. Yeah, I use vidIQ as well. I used to use TubeBuddy, but now I use vidIQ. vidIQ is phenomenal. Do you watch the vidIQ channel, Just Ann? I love the vidIQ channel. I love the vidIQ channel. They've got great stuff there. I've learned a lot about analytics through them, and I have their paid product. So I have the vidIQ Boost. I'm sure you must have that as well, and that definitely helps you optimize your pre-recorded videos and even your live streams for search and discovery. Now, give me a second here. Okay. Queen, are you still around by any chance? You know how to moderate this channel best. Oh, thank you, Steph. Steph, you know how to moderate this channel too. Thank you so much. Keep moderating the chat the same way you're moderating it. When the spam filter catches it, just ban these people. They're pathetic. They taught me how to tag better. It helps me tag better. Yeah, and YouTube doesn't Tags are still important, but not as important. That's what they said. I watched the Creator Insider channel, and about a year ago, they put out a video saying that they still look at tags, but they more so look at titles, descriptions, and thumbnails. But yeah, I still use tags, and they're still important to a certain degree, but they're not as important as they used to be. But people should still use tags. Anything that can help the YouTube algorithm to get your content out there is great. Ann, you're awesome. You are definitely awesome. We got some great people here that we're going to keep connecting you with. And we're going to be over on your channel. I can't wait till you stream again. I'd love to be on that stream with 600 people. That's probably insanity. That's probably insanity. The most I've ever had on the stream is like 100 people. It's been a while since I've had that. But wow. Oh, man. 600 people on a stream. Woo! Oh, man. Morning Fame is great, too. And TubeBuddy, they're all good. They're all good, and I've used TubeBuddy, and I've looked in the Morning Fame, and I've heard Morning Fame is good. I just haven't paid for it. Maybe I'll try that out next, but they're all good. Muttnut, you should do a live stream tomorrow. I love your channel and your content. Yes, Muttnut, when you do a live stream, let us know because we want to be there. Oh, yeah. Do you watch Daryl Eves? Yes, I love Daryl Eves. The problem with Daryl Eves is that he let his channel go for like 6 months. Like Daryl has been MIA, and he just came back recently, and I'm sure you're aware of that. He's been doing some videos, and he did this live stream the other night. I think it was a couple days ago, and he was talking about some important stuff, and then his live stream cut off. I think he cut it off on purpose because he wants people to talk about it. He's trying to stir up some controversy. But yeah, I like Daryl Eves. He's a great guy. But he has so much going on outside of his YouTube channel, helping other people and his businesses, and helping other people grow their channels that, he kind of let his Daryl Eves channel slip. Daryl Eves is phenomenal. I learned a lot from Daryl Eves years ago. When I first came onto YouTube as an actual content creator on my former channel I used to run. I agree now his views are way down. I think everyone's views are way down now. I don't know what it is, but I'll tell you, the last couple of weeks, people's views have tremendously dropped. But yeah, Daryl Eves didn't upload for a while. So when you don't upload for like 4 or 5 months, even on a channel with 500,000 subscribers like he has, the algorithm's going to be like, Daryl, are you still alive, brother? Daryl, are you still alive, man? Anyway, let me answer one more question here before I take a break and then come back and talk about the second half of my topic, which is going to be people that play the system. And it's going to get really interesting once I talk about that, because I have a few actual stories I'm going to share, minus mentioning the names, and you're not going to want to miss that. But how do I have such great sound? Well, here's the thing. I have the Blue Yeti. As you can see, let me go to my screen where I can see myself. You see right here, this is the Blue Yeti right here. You can get the Blue Yeti for about $130, or sometimes you can find a deal on Amazon where for $130 you get the Blue Yeti, you get a pop filter, and then you also get a Tascam headset like this. So for $129.99, $130, I got the Tascam headset. Now I've had to replace this headset once because the other one, after a while the wire screws up and stuff like that, and you got to replace it, right? But it's only $20. This is a nice headset with great sound, and it's comfy for $20. You don't have to spend $100 on a fancy headset, right? $20. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to buy like 1 or 2 more to put on my shelf. So that way when one, stops working after a few years, I'll just pull the other one and won't have to order it. It won't delay me from, streaming. I can just keep moving forward without waiting for another one to be shipped out, right? But the Blue Yeti is a phenomenal microphone. It's a phenomenal, popular microphone. A lot of people have talked smack about the Blue Yeti, but the Blue Yeti is pretty good out of the box. Now, does my Blue Yeti sound like it came out of the box? No, because I've enhanced it. If you can tell, my audio is very clean. It's also leveled off. I can move over here. You see, if I move over here, you can still hear me almost the same level, right? Do you see that? If I move over here, you can still hear me, right? You see me moving around and you can still hear my audio. I can look at my OBS screen, my open broadcast software, and it still shows, my meter is still in the yellow, meaning my voice sounds pretty level, right? Okay? So how did I get my Blue Yeti to sound so good on a live stream? Because most people will record videos, will do pre-recorded videos and then use their editing software and they'll enhance the audio afterwards. But when you're live, you got to do it while you're live, right? So how do you do it? I use a program called Reaper. You can buy a program called Reaper. And what it does is it processes your microphone and enhances it in several ways, Steph. Okay. I have a filter where I have a noise threshold filter, meaning that if there's like noise coming from my computer fan, or I have an actual fan on me right now, or if there's any other, hissing noise that's coming from around, the room where I'm at here, if I raise that threshold part of the Reaper program I use to process my audio for live streams to a level higher than that noise, it'll cancel that noise out. So basically, if I turned off my Reaper software program that's processing my audio right now, you start hearing hissing of my fan from my computer. You start hearing my other fan in the background, and it just wouldn't sound as clean. Another thing that Reaper allows you to do is it allows you to use a digital equalizer to add more treble and bass to your microphone, right? So I've got clearer sound that way, right? Another thing that it does, it allows you to use a volume limiter, meaning that I can set my volume to a certain level where it won't go too loud or too soft. Because if you set your volume on your microphone too loud, it gets distorted. And then what happens is your microphone does something called clipping and you have bad audio. And then on that volume leveler / limiter program, okay, you can have it set to where it will level off your volume. So I sound level. Like if I even talk softer, like if I talk softer right now, you can still hear me at pretty much the same level, right? What if I go, right? Hey, how you doing? I'm talking softer right now, but you can still hear me at the same level. You can tell my voice is softer, but you can still hear me at a pretty loud, equal level, right? That's what that program does. And I can teach you folks how to do this. Maybe I'll do some streams on this down the road if you want me to. But yeah, I hope that answers your question. I took a lot of time and effort into enhancing my audio. Plus, the Blue Yeti microphone has 4 patterns. I use a pattern called cardioid, which not cardioid. Sorry, cardioid is a type of microphone. Like what is that pattern? I can't remember what it is. It's the pattern where the microphone only picks up from the front of the microphone. The Blue Yeti has 4 patterns. One pattern is it can pick up from the front. The other pattern is it can pick up from the front and the back, meaning that if you're sitting next to someone and you're having a conversation, the left side of the mic will pick them up, the right side of the mic will pick you up, and it'll pick up both sides. You can also set it to pick up from all sides as well. And then there's one other pattern. I can't remember what that pattern is. So the Blue Yeti is a pretty good, I don't know if I'd call it a budget mic. Maybe I would compare to some more expensive microphones. But if you are on a limited budget and you want a decent microphone that's not going to break the bank, but is also not the cheapest thing you can get, the Blue Yeti for $129.99 is a great deal. And if you buy it on Amazon, sometimes there'll be some bundles where they'll throw in a pop filter like I have here for free, and a headset for free as well. What does the pop filter do? It prevents, air going into the microphone. When you say P, 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 P. See, if I were to take the pop filter off, you would hear pops on the microphone. It wouldn't sound as good. When I have the pop filter on and I say P, pop, 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 you hear me normally, and you don't hear the wind going into the microphone. The wind that's being caused from me going P. You know what I mean? So does that make sense, Stephanie? Let me know. We're at 1 hour and 10 minutes, and I'm going to take a break here in a second, and we are going to come back and get the second part of the show. But let me make sure we got everything here. Okay, let me see here. Give me a second. Oh, yeah. Well, what happened? Oh, you're talking about that lady that, when you say screw that lady, you're an amazing person and she lost that chance to find that out. You're talking about the one that I was supposed to meet tonight. Well, you know what? You know what she did? She did me a favor and did all of you a favor, because now I'm here with each and every one of you, right? Isn't that awesome? Isn't that awesome? Yeah. So anyway, I still have the pop filter for my old mic. I had that messed up. Okay. Stephanie Ellis says, yep, thanks. All right, folks. So I'm going to step away and take a 5 to 7 or 8 minute break. And then I'm going to come back and we're going to discuss people that play the system. All right, folks. So stick around. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back. Sometimes you just got to meditate a little bit. It feels so good. Feels so good. Feels so good, right? Yeah. Slow it down a little bit. Slow it down. All right, clap your hands and feel the music. I want you all to feel good because now I'm feeling better. Yeah, so much better. Feels so much better. All right. Welcome back to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, live here on YouTube, the world's most awesome platform where you can share a little bit of this, a little bit of that, or a whole lot about yourself with the whole world, right? Isn't that great? Aren't we so blessed to have such an amazing platform like this to spread our love and positivity, right? Now, there's a lot of negative stuff being spread out here as well, and I don't suggest that. I mean, negativity is always going to be around, unfortunately, but it's up to each and every one of you if you want to participate with the negativity or not. And I just choose not to. Now, do I have my moments? Yes, I had a moment today. I had a nervous breakdown. Does that make me a weird, messed up, psychopathic person? Absolutely not. I'm human just like you, right? And we're gonna have our moments. But let me tell you folks, I worked through it. And for me, I'm fortunate enough to be so in tune with myself that I'm able to work through things rather quickly and not let it affect me for more than half a day or so. Sometimes when people have a nervous breakdown, it can affect them for days, weeks, or even months. And if you're someone that's struggling with that, I would love to help you out. If you want to work with me personally, you can email me at coacheli@coacheliasmelas.com, or you can even go to my website at coacheliasmelas.com and click on the coaching services tab, and you'll find out how I can help you there. If you are a moderator or a member of this channel, reach out to me privately because I have some special offers. A lot of the stuff that my paid members and moderators will get are going to be included in being a moderator or being a member. So that is that. Oh, welcome back, everyone. I hope you're all enjoying the show tonight. Queen Helen Casey's dancing, so is Rhonda Grace exploring. Subscribe to Queen Helen Casey. Let me get Queen Helen Casey's channel there. You're also going to want to look up Queen Helen Casey Live if you want to catch her live stream. She has 2 channels. I'm sharing Queen Helen Casey's link right now in the chat. That is, the first link is Queen Helen Casey's channel, and Rhonda Grace Exploring is the one right below it. And make sure when you subscribe, you bang the bell and you select all notifications, because that way you'll know right when they put out a pre-recorded video or when they go live. You don't want to miss a beat from your favorite content creators. Also, make sure on your smartphone, your tablet, your iPhone, your Android, or any mobile device that you have the YouTube app installed on, that you have that mobile device set to receive notifications on the YouTube app at a device level. You do all of that, and you're good to go. It sounds pretty complicated, but it's rather simple. And if you folks want to get the notifications, I am sure you'll find a way to make it happen, right? Welcome back. Sorry, had stepped away. Well, you're allowed to do that, Mutt. You can come and go as you wish. Mutt, no one's holding you hostage here, right? I mean, I never hold anyone hostage here, right? Mutt Nuts Reviews. Oh, by the way, let's share Mutt Nuts Reviews channel as well. Let's do that. Let's share her channel as well. Give me a second here. And this right here coming in the chat right now is the link to Mutt Nuts Reviews channel there. All right. Let's get to the second half of the show here. And I hope this won't take too terribly long, because I want to, let you folks go and enjoy the rest of your night. And I'm going to relax the rest of the night. And now that I feel a lot better, I don't know. Who knows? Who knows what I'll do tonight? I don't know. I'll figure it out, and I'll surprise you folks. I'll do another live stream at some point tomorrow and update you folks. How is that? All right, so let's talk about people that play the system. I was debating whether I wanted to discuss this topic tonight. This has been a topic that's been very near and dear to my heart for quite some time, because I just cannot stand people that play the system and take advantage of the system. Because when people play the system and take advantage of the system, they're using resources that other people legitimately need. And it creates a shortage of those resources for the people that really need them. An example, if you get government assistance in some way, shape, or form, whether it is, welfare, or if you've been ordered by the government to pay, child support, spousal support, etc. If you're someone that, plays the system to get something that you're not rightfully owed, even if you find a way to, work your way around the system with a loophole, I'll tell you, there's one thing that's always going to bite you in the ass at the end of the day. And I want to put that in the chat and see who can tell me, if you play the system and you get away with it, at least for a little while, what's always going to bite you in the ass at the end of the day? Who's the first one to get that? You all know what I'm talking about. It's one of my favorite words. I know there's a 25-second delay because I use normal latency on these streams, but Melas Review says, I was raised that if you chatting with someone and step away to say sorry for stepping away. Well, we understand we're in a digital world, Mutt. No big deal. No big deal. If we were in person and stuff, hey, I'm going to go and use the restroom, or I'm going to go, go grab something at the store and I'll be right back. But, that's right. Queen Ellen Casey, karma. Right. And Queen or anyone else, karma has what? What does karma have? Tell me, what does karma have? You all know what karma has. Because if you play the system and you find a loophole to beat the system and get something that you're not rightfully owed, karma is going to come back to bite you in the ass. And karma has... I'm sure someone will put in the chat in just a second here. I know there's a pretty lengthy delay, but someone will put it in there in just a second. We'll hang on for that. Karma has no deadline, says Queen Helen Casey and Mutt Nuts Reviews. That's right. Karma has no deadline. Again, if you're someone that's playing the system, lives off the system, and you're defrauding the system, but you found a loophole to do it, you know what? You may never go to jail for it. The government may never punish you for it. At worst, they'll probably just take your benefits away if they find out you're skating the system. But even if you're not prosecuted for it or penalized for it in some way, shape, or form, karma will always pay you back at the end of the day. And if karma doesn't hit you right away, trust me, karma has no deadline. It'll come back to bite you down the road. And I know several people currently right now that are dealing with the wrath of karma based on what they've done to others in the past. So yeah, don't mess with karma. Don't mess with karma, because karma has no deadline. And don't mess with the bull, because when you mess with the bull, you will get the horns, right? Mess with the bull, you will get the horns. That's the bottom line. Now, I'm going to share a story with you folks that I wasn't quite sure if I was going to share it or not, but I'm going to share it. I'm not going to mention any names, but some people out there that have been following me for a while might be able to figure it out. Whether you figure it out or not, I don't care. I'm not sharing this story to attack, the person or people I'm going to be, sharing the story about. I'm sharing it for example purposes to show people what not to be and what not to do. And this particular story is involving a single mother that has been out here. How do I say this? Do I consider her a real content creator on YouTube? No, because she's got a channel, but she's not a real creator. She's kind of like, I would consider her more like a YouTube troll, because she's the type of woman that is so insecure within herself, beyond the normal, reasonable level of a woman being naturally insecure, to the point of where she seeks so much attention because she doesn't get that attention in real life. And she's actually a pretty attractive woman. The problem is she's got some physical flaws that, are not her. It's not her fault. This woman was I guess, dating a man that punched her in the face and knocked out a few of her teeth, and she still has not, gone to the dentist to replace them, even though she had the funds to do so. And I'm going to explain this story here because these are the kind of things about people that make me go, right? And this is where you never want to, stoop down to this level. It's just pretty pathetic, in my opinion. So this woman has 2 teenage daughters, and one of her daughters is 16. I'm not quite sure how old her other one is, maybe a little bit younger. One of her daughters is 16, and she works, I think, at a grocery store or something. And that's very respectful, because I started working when I was 15 and a half. And, I've been working ever since. So, her oldest daughter is learning responsibility and working to make money and help, by paying her own way to do her own thing. So that way her mother, that is, on government assistance, I'm assuming that she's on welfare, and her mother that's on government assistance, can take the money that she gets and, pay rent and pay the utilities and all that, right? Now, this woman, I believe, had her 2 daughters with 2 different men over the course of, the last, 16 years or so. I think one of her kids is like 13 or 14 and the other one's like 16, right? And she's also gotten child support in the past from her exes that were the fathers of these kids. But I believe one of her daughter's fathers, or one of her daughter's father, which is what I'm trying to say, was past due on some child support payments. And recently he ended up paying this woman a large lump sum amount. Now, this woman, I'd say about a month and a half ago or so, maybe 2 months the most, I think it was a month and a half ago or so, was paid almost $7,000 in addition to what I believe she gets through the government assistance or welfare, whatever it is that she gets, right? Okay. And remember, this woman had her teeth knocked out, a couple teeth knocked out from one of her exes that she had one of the kids with. I think it was an ex that she had one of the kids with, or it could have been just an ex, that was after the kids were born. That's what it could be. I can't remember exactly. It doesn't matter. One of her exes knocked a few of her teeth out, right? Now, what would any normal human being do that wants to get their teeth replaced, because it's creating insecurity, and I can understand that. Plus, it's probably harder for her to eat and chew and stuff, right? She wants to take care of that. And for health hygiene reasons, it's just the right thing to do, right? So she came into $6,800, $7,000, right? That money's supposed to go to, take care of, her kids, and other things around the house and other necessary things. But what did this woman do with the money that she got? When I heard this story earlier today. When I heard what this woman did with the money that she got, it completely blew my mind away. And this was before this incident happened with this, woman I was talking to, I was supposed to meet tonight, right? So I guess, part of what, gave me a nervous breakdown and triggered me is hearing the story of this woman that is on welfare, I believe, gets government assistance, has 2 teenage daughters. One is working, right? And she came into this money, and instead of spending the money in necessary ways, she spent it foolishly. Let me tell you what she did with the money. Number one, she bought herself a brand new laptop. Number two, and this right here is the most pathetic thing. And quite frankly, here's the thing. I don't care if this woman figures out who it is that I'm talking about. I'm not mentioning names. I'm using this for example purposes. She can run her mouth all she wants. She can create all the videos she wants on me. She can try to reach out to other people and try to get to me through third-party contact, and I'm just going to ignore her. I'm here on my channel. I'm within community guidelines, and I'm sharing a story here. And so, again, I really don't care, what she does. I'll just ignore her. But here's the real kicker of what she did that completely just flabbergasted me. I couldn't believe it. This woman, because of her insecurity of the missing teeth, which she should get fixed with that money, instead of taking that money and going to the dentist and fixing her teeth, she buys a laptop, and then because of her insecurities, she doesn't have the confidence to meet a man in real life. She connects with some dude off of YouTube that lives in another country. And they start talking. And this guy starts to manipulate her and tell her all the sweet nothings. And then they started video chatting through Hangouts. And then you can figure out what happened after there. It got pretty explicit, I'll say that, right? Basically, this guy asked her, show me this body part, show me that body part. I promise you I will not record you. So she showed him her body parts, and then this dude ends up recording it. And then this woman gets upset that he recorded her. Ma'am, why in the world would you show your stuff to some dude thousands of miles away in a different country that you don't even know? If you don't want it recorded and put everywhere on YouTube, even though it's against guidelines, he still did it, right? Why would you do that in the first place? You have no one to blame but yourself. But the story gets better, right? This dude found out that she came to some money. And because she was longing for attention, for the attention of a man in any way she could get, because in real life, her insecurities of her missing teeth were preventing her from getting that. Because she, was considering this guy like a boyfriend experience online, and it was occupying her time, okay, she wanted to keep him around longer. And so she told him a bunch of personal things, including the fact that she came into all this money, right? And he goes, I'm actually a little bit short this month on rent, this and that. Would you mind loaning me some money here and there, right? What this woman ended up doing? This is what I heard. What this woman ended up doing is she sent this guy multiple payments, and I believe she sent like $700 or $800 or close to $1,000. I'm just going to round it up to $1,000, but from what I heard, I think it was $700 or $800. Well, let's just say $800. Okay, just to be on the safe side, right? She sends this dude $800 that she's, and I actually know this dude. This dude used to be a part of my channel in the past. He used to be a part of another community that I'm no longer a part of. This guy has some serious issues, right? Hey, bees in the trap, how you doing? I'm checking out your channel right now to make sure you're not a troll. Join May 22nd, 2020. That is today. You are a troll. Thank you for banning the troll queen. No one creates an account today just to come into this chat. Bees in the trap. Have a nice night. Thanks for stopping by. Good work, queen. So, yeah, I knew this dude. This guy is a very insecure man. I've had him on my panels before. He's just pathetic, right? I've had him on panels with other guys and gals where we were trying to have a civil conversation regarding relationship dynamics between men and women, and this dude kept losing his shit. So I had to remove him, right? Like, he was a moderator on my channel 2 times. Going back and forth to the point of where I made a final decision that I'm just going to exile him forever, right? Now, again, this woman, instead of taking part of that money and fixing her teeth and doing something more productive for her and her kids and paying her bills, she buys a brand new laptop, spends thousands on that, and then spends almost $1,000 on this dude that's, thousands of miles in a different country over the internet that she's having cyber relations with. Let's put it the advertiser friendly way. She's having cyber relations with. Okay, do you get the drift? When I say cyber relations, does that make sense? Right? It's pretty pathetic, right? And then she has the nerve to contact a friend of mine behind the scenes, and I think she either, asked her for money, and then my friend did not give her the money, obviously, because it wasn't the right thing to do. But then she tells my friend behind the scenes that she was short on paying the utility bill or something that month, and then she asked her daughter, her 16-year-old daughter was working a grocery job, to pay the bill for her. Ma'am, you are her mother. You're a 40-year-old woman that has care, custody, and control over your minor children. You are responsible to put a roof over their head and to pay the rent, the utilities, food, everything. Now, granted, your daughter is working and she can contribute. But when you have to go to your daughter, your 16-year-old daughter, that's still a minor, to pay your utility bills because you decided to buy a new laptop and you decided to have cyber relations with some dude in another country that you met off of YouTube through Hangouts? Ma'am, that's pretty freaking pathetic. That is absolutely pathetic. And in all honesty, ma'am, that to me makes you an unfit mother. And I don't care what anyone says. I'm not mentioning your name. I'm just sharing a story here. It's a true story, but I'm not mentioning any names. I'm sharing this for example purposes to share with you folks how pathetic some people are. And they take advantage of the system. They play the system. And they beat the system to survive. Yet the money they get from the system is not enough. So then they have to have their own teenage daughter that just started working at age 16 to pay the utility bill. That's pathetic. And I'm going to say this, and I'm just going to ignore all of you. I don't care, who comes at me regarding this, because I'm just stating the facts. I'll just ignore all of you. It doesn't matter to me. Okay? That's all I've been doing. I'm just sharing my opinion here. Here's the thing. This woman, right now, is in a legal battle with another woman that, in my opinion, really, after what I've seen this woman I just mentioned do, really has done nothing wrong to this woman. This woman I've been talking about that's suing this other woman for harassment or whatever it is. This other woman had called CPS on this woman I was talking about. And the more and more I think about this, whether she called CPS or not, that was never confirmed. I will probably go on a limb and say this woman that she's suing probably did call CPS on her in the past. Based on what this woman, has done with this money and how she runs her household, would you consider her a fit mother? And do you feel that CPS should be notified of something like this? This woman has fought tooth and nail saying that I'm a great mother for my kids and I have a great household and I take care of my kids. Well then, ma'am, why is your daughter paying your utility bill? Why are you buying laptops with child support money you got? Why are you giving money to some dude on the internet that you don't even know because he's paying you cyber attention? Do you think that makes you a fit mother with your actions? Let me ask you this, ma'am. I know you're going to find out about this. It's going to trigger you. I'm not trying to trigger you. I'm just tired of people that take advantage of the system and get away with it. Right? Let me ask you, ma'am. If this was reported to CPS, which is short for Child Protective Services, what do you think would happen? You see, ma'am, you're the one that puts yourself in the position you put yourself in. And you have no one to blame for your actions besides yourself. I could care less what happens to you, but I will tell you what I do care about. I do care about our children. I care about children in general. So I do care about your children. Ma'am, honestly, I don't care about you. You're an adult. You should be able to take care of yourself and take care of your kids. But I don't care about you, ma'am, because obviously you care about no one besides yourself, and that includes your kids. You care more about yourself than your kids, in my opinion. But I will say this. I have a lot more respect for your 16-year-old teenage daughter that's working, that paid the utility bill and stepped up and was more responsible than her 40-year-old grown-ass mother. Ma'am, you're pathetic. I'm not trying to criticize you. I'm not trying to attack you. It's just pathetic. And let me tell you something. Like I mentioned a bit ago, karma has no deadline. And trust me, karma's gonna come. It's not gonna be from me, man, because I want nothing to do with you. I'm just sharing your story here because this story just gets to me. Like you get government assistance, you get all this child support, you get all this free money coming to you. You don't work, man. You don't work. You get all this money. No problem that you get that money, but why are you spending it foolishly? Enough said. I want to mention one more thing here, folks, before I go off the air. Another situation of people that play the system, okay? And I'm not going to mention the name of this person. This is a YouTuber. I'm not going to mention his name. He's going to know who I'm talking about. Everyone else is going to know who I'm talking about. And I really don't care, if he responds. I don't care if he goes nuts on his community wall. I really don't care. I don't. But there's a YouTuber out there that has been playing the system pretty much all his life. Continues to play the system to this very day. He'll never come out and admit it, but I've followed him long enough, more so in the past, because I don't really watch any of his stuff anymore. Like I mentioned recently, if someone sends me a link regarding something noteworthy with timestamps, I may check it out. Give me a second here, Queen. Queen, I think that's a troll. May 16th, 2020. I got it, Queen. Oh, thank you, Queen. I hit hide user from channel, and I guess you just beat me right to it. We're good. We hit it both at the same time, and I gave you credit. Either way, the job was done. Thank you, Queen. So, this is a dude that, in my opinion, has never created any original content. Like right now, this is original content. I'm sitting here sharing my opinions about certain things, and I'm putting my own spin on it, and I'm not here to attack anyone. I'm just stating my opinions, and I'm just stating what happened. I'm not here to attack anyone. This woman, that I mentioned a second ago, I'm not here to attack her. I really wish she would get her act together and stop, behaving like a 2-year-old girl when she's a 40-year-old grown-ass woman with 2 kids that she has in her care, custody, and control. But as far as this dude goes, this guy has said that, I have a 500-something credit score. I have delinquent student loans that I haven't paid. I've been put in collections, right? So in essence, this dude is playing the system, right? And there are many other things that he's done to play the system, right? Now, he's going to deny it. He's going to say, show me receipts. He's going to say, prove it. I'm not here to prove anything. I already know what the truth is, and it doesn't matter, what anyone else says. What matters is this. Everyone knows this dude plays the system, right? But then he has the nerve to attack women that are on welfare and call them welfare queens and attack them and say, you're playing the system, ma'am. You sit on your butt all day and you do nothing, right? And you know what, ma'am? You're wasting our government's tax dollars. So you know what? I'm going to look you up and I'm going to contact the government and make sure that they take away your benefits. This is coming from a guy that plays the system more than anyone on the face of this planet. He's a big hypocrite. Sir, you are a big hypocrite. And I don't care if you talk about me on your channel all day, every day. I don't care if you talk about me on your community tab all day, every day. You are pathetic. And you've got no content besides talking about welfare queens and talking about me and others. Because, sir, here's the truth of the matter. I wasn't going to even talk about you, but I am without mentioning your name because I feel like it. And I'm going to do whatever I feel like. Sir, if you haven't noticed, when you talk about me, you get 2 to 3 times the traction when compared to talking about anything else. And you also make a lot more money when you talk about me than when talking about anything else. Same thing with talking about welfare queens, like you call them, right? So, sir, why don't you focus on creating your own original content? Sir, when you do political commentary, that is not original content. You're just basically doing commentary, on political topics that everyone else is doing commentary on. There's nothing unique or original about what you have to offer. Clifford Stark's in the house. Hey, Clifford, how you doing, bro? Welcome to the show, man. We're getting close to wrapping this up, man. If you missed any parts, this was a really, really good show, man. Really, really good show. You missed the part where I talked about my nervous breakdown. But anyway, yeah. So that's the problem I have. I have an even bigger problem with people that not only play the system, but criticize others for playing the system when they themselves are playing the system. That's hypocrisy at its finest. This is a guy that on many occasions has said he has 76 or 79 cents to his name. So you have 76 or 79 cents to your name, sir. and you're funneling your money through your girlfriend, right? So in essence, sir, you're playing the system. We all know it. Everyone knows it. Whether you admit it or not, you've said enough in the past. And plus, I've done my research on you. I know everything about you. Well, Clifford Starks, thank you so much for the $2 super chat, brother. Clifford, I got to promote your channel, brother. Clifford Starks. I've been promoting everyone's channel tonight. Folks, please subscribe to Clifford Starks. I've known him from the days of my former channel. He is an awesome dude. Please subscribe to Clifford, bang the bell, select all notifications. Clifford, thank you so much. You didn't have to do that, bro. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat, man. Oh, man, we got to reconnect sometime soon and do a show or something together, bro. I miss talking with you, man. You're a good dude. That's going to bring the channel donations to $2.99. Thank you again, Clifford, for the $2 super chat. Yeah, we're moving forward, bro. We moved on. Things are moving forward, man. They're heading in the right direction, man. What a difference a few hours makes. I feel so much better now, and just I'm so happy that there are some great people here in my chat right now. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for being here and being a part of the turnaround. And I want to help you folks accomplish whatever you want to accomplish, including on your YouTube channels and even off of YouTube. Whatever you want to accomplish, I want to help you out. But again, the one thing I can't stand more than people that play the system. Did I say that right? The one thing I can't stand more than people that play the system are people that play the system and attack other people who play the system and threaten to report them to the government when they themselves are a system player. That's pathetic. Like, what can you say about that? I mean, seriously, dude, look, I don't even want to address you. You're not even worth any air, right? Because all you do is you go out there and you attack people and you wait for them to feed into you, and then you create content out of that. And then you entertain an audience based on that, fake controversy you're stirring up. It's pathetic, dude. It is. It is. You've got 70-something cents to your name. You funnel your money through your girlfriend. Your credit score is 525 or something. You've got student loans that have been defaulted, right? So in essence, you're playing the system, right? You have some nerve to go and attack other people for playing the system when you don't even know if they're playing the system or not. You're assuming that, or you're just trying to throw that out there to see if they'll come back at you, right? Because you want that back and forth to create that fake controversy that you desperately need to run your channel. That's pathetic, dude. Absolutely, my brother. Keep being great. Thank you, Clifford. Dude, I gotta make my way over to your channel soon, bro. Are you doing any live streams at all, Clifford? Like, what's going on with you, man? Doing any live streams? Let me know if you're still here, man. I gotta come over and check you out if you're doing live streams, man. I'd love to be a part of them. Whether it's in the chat or on the panel, either way, man. Yeah, folks, I'm really saddened. I'm really saddened at people that play the system. One more aspect of people that play the system, and this has to do with, modern day divorces. A lot of people nowadays are afraid to get married because of the fact that the divorce rate is almost 60% here in the U.S., and it's pretty similar across the globe, right? So that means literally 1 out of every 2 marriages are going to fail at some point, right? It's a big risk. what happens if your marriage fails? I should do it. Some have asked about it. Yeah, we will have to hook up. Absolutely, bro. I still have you on Hangouts, bro. You let me know. Whenever you're ready, Clifford, take your time. No rush. I'm not going anywhere. Neither are you. When you find the time, bro, make the time when you're ready. I'm a Hangouts message away or email away. Coach Eli at coacheli@melas.com, bro. No rush. I know you're a busy dude. So am I. I get it. Whenever you're ready, bro. Sky's the limit, man. I think you're an incredible dude, man. I miss talking with you, man. When I talked with you on my former channel, oh, man, great conversation, dude. And thank you again for your $2 super chat, Clifford. I greatly appreciate it. So, where was I at? I was on a very interesting point, and I just totally forgot. Divorces. Okay. So you go through a divorce, right? And, basically the breadwinner is the one that has the most to lose because, marital assets are split 50-50. Anything acquired during marriage is considered a marital asset, and it is going to be split 50-50 between the husband and wife, right? Now, in 70% of households still here in the U.S., the man is the breadwinner. Now, women have become the breadwinners in 30% of the cases, which is a lot further than it was 55 plus years ago when it was zero, because women weren't working before that point. But now women are working. They have equal pay, equal rights, equal pay for equal work, right? And so in 30% of the cases, the woman is the breadwinner, but the majority of the breadwinners are still men. So you go through a divorce and, the marital assets are split 50-50. Okay. If you're a guy, you got to understand that. If you're a guy in that situation, you got to understand that. But here's what hits men even harder. That most courts, regardless of how much more fit the father is, or the husband of the wife is fit to, get child custody, typically women will win the custody battle 9 out of 10 times. It's just the way the system works. And a lot of times when women will go into the court system and even make things up about their husbands, and they did certain things. They said the women would say the husbands did certain things when they didn't. The courts will believe them most of the time and give the woman 100% custody or the majority of custody, and give the husband only, or the father only, visitation rights. That's playing the system there. That's another thing that I cannot stand when it comes to playing the system. Give me a second. One of my friends is responding to me, and and they're trying to get back to me, or they're trying to reach me. Hang on. Let me tell you what makes me feel good, folks. What makes me feel good is earning everything that I've got. Working hard for it. Fighting for it. Today, I had one of those days where I had a nervous breakdown. I quickly worked through it. I was still kind of feeling that way when I got on this show. Now, I got on here. I shared my story with you folks. Not only did I share with you something personal that maybe you can relate to and learn from, but I actually helped myself, and I feel better now because I let it out. People that play the system, I got to say this. I cannot stand them. I cannot respect people one bit that play the system. And people that typically play the system feel they're entitled to those benefits. And rather than doing something to become a productive member of society, they continue to play the system by saying, oh, I'm still not capable of working. I'm still, traumatized over this, or I'm disabled over this, when in actuality, they're not. Right? And what does our government do? They send you a document asking you under penalty of perjury, are you still not able to work, right? So then people will check that box, right, to continue getting their government assistance, right? And that checkbox that states under penalty of perjury, are you still not able to work so you can continue qualifying for government assistance? People check that, and the government doesn't take that seriously. They just, if they check it, boom, they keep getting their government assistance, right? I need to go watch your channel again at Clipper Star. It's been a while. Yeah, I know. We all need to catch up. It's definitely been a while, but things are getting back on track over here, Rhonda. So we're going to more so now have time to go and support the real creators like we used to, instead of having been infested with all this drama. But yeah, I take pride in earning everything. Like, even if somebody offered me something for free, even if somebody just offered to pay me like $10,000 a month to do nothing, as long as I would leave YouTube, I wouldn't take that. That's a lot of money, but you know what? It wouldn't make me happy. Because number one, it wouldn't be money I earned. Number two, I'd be giving up what I enjoy doing beyond the money, which is being out here on YouTube and helping people get a better grip on their life. But see, folks, I have one thing that many people don't have. Now, I know most of you here in the chat are good people and you have this. What I have and what I've been raised with are morals, values, and ethics. A lot of these people that get government assistance or play the system, right? Okay? These people do not have morals, values, and ethics. They don't. And they're very selfish and inconsiderate people. And they continue to pull resources from our system in ways that they don't deserve. And then other people that are legitimately struggling are not getting those resources because they're not available. It's really sad. Just think about that. Sometimes we just need heard, then we are okay. Response to your previous comment. Thank you, Rhonda Grace. Folks, that's all I've got for tonight. I'm going to get on out of here. We are at, where are we at? 2 hours and 8 minutes. Almost 2 hours and 9 minutes. Wow. It did go 2 hours tonight. That was my max, and I'm right there. Folks, I'll be back tomorrow with one, possibly two videos. There will be no members-only videos over the weekend. Those will come back on Monday for members. Again, Veronica Oldsby, is that you? Nope, it's not. That's a sock account. That's a sock account that was created today. Nope. That is not Veronica Oldsby. I know who that is. That dude is, you know who created that fake sock account? Trying to get me to think it's Veronica Oldsby. I've got the go-to channel plugin. I can check out the channel just like that. Queen, you beat me to it. I hit the button at the same time. Queen, you know who created that sock account of Veronica Oldsby, right? Queen, you know who it is, right? We don't have to say who it is, but you know who created that, right? Oh, man, these people don't get enough, man. Just waiting to hear from you, Queen. I know there's a 25-second delay. You know what? I wonder if Veronica still has her channel up. She hasn't posted anything in a while. Well, she's still there. I'm still subscribed to her. When was the last time Veronica put out a video? 4 months ago, let's go on a hike. Veronica, some lucky dude must have all your attention because you haven't posted in 4 months. Well, you know, I want true love as well. So, you know, if I found a good woman, I mean, I would take a little time away from YouTube, but I'd still be consistent. I mean, I probably wouldn't be going at it as hard as I am, but I still would be consistent doing almost daily videos or live streams. But yep, Veronica has her time occupied somewhere else, and that was definitely a sock account, and we know. Yep, I know. You all know who it is. You all know who it is. Yeah, it's funny. The dude who created that sock account, again, got a continuance. I think his continuance is now set for June 30th. Guy must have one hell of an attorney. Like, how many more continuances is this guy going to get? Like, he's had like 4 or 5. Like, is he ever going to get sentenced, right? In the meantime, he's going to continue creating sock accounts. And, Queen, he's going to give you and Mutt Nuts and the rest of the mods a job, right? Anyway. All right, folks, I'm going to get on out of here. I want to thank everyone for being here. First and foremost, I want to thank you once again, Super Stephanie Ellis, right? For becoming the latest channel member. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And you're also the newest moderator here. I want to thank Rhonda Grace for being here. It's great to see you, catch up with you. Thank you to Clifford Starks for being here. Great to catch up with you. You're all moderators. Mutt Nuts Reviews, Queen Helen Casey. Queen Helen Casey's laughing, the cry laughter emoji. And Mutt Nuts Review says, yup. Thank you all for being here. And one more thing before I go, folks. Again, channel members are going to start getting a lot more from me. And there's going to be a lot more content coming that's going to be members only. And a lot more perks for members that are going to be unwritten because I don't want to be obligated to give those perks to all members, especially members that buy a membership just to troll me and to try to find out behind-the-scenes information and then use it for malice reasons, right? So if you want to be a part of the behind-the-scenes Coach Eli clan and get those daily motivational videos, they will typically be released every Monday through Friday. And who knows? You might get an occasional one on the weekends, and you might get an occasional members-only live stream, and there's more, right? You want to be a part of that. You can purchase any one of my 5 membership packages. They all get you the exact same thing. It's just how much you want to donate to the channel. For a minimum of $4.99, you get the same thing as the Superfan sponsor package of $99.99 per month. You know, become a member today, and you'll have access to some great stuff, folks, and you'll be able to, further get on the right track of getting a better grip on your life. Thank you once again to everyone. Thank you for the $2 super chat. Clifford Starks, thank you. On top of your membership, thank you for the 99-cent super sticker. Once again, Super Steph. And that's going to do it, folks. Have yourselves a great night, and I will see you all tomorrow. I feel better now. Good night. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye. We are out. We're out. We're out. We're out.